it's cocktail hour, so rock 'em up. Ooh, mama, it's cocktail hour, so pour it up. Pour it up.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Zeta Lisa. Welcome to Mama's Cocktail Hour. Come on in. We have lots to talk about, okay? So you guys already saw the thumbnail. We are going to be talking some real shit. We're going to be talking some hip-hop shit. And now we're going to be talking some influencer shit. So let's get into it, okay? So first and foremost, we got to put respect on the names of the New York nurses and nurses everywhere. I work in the healthcare field. So shout out to all my people who work in the healthcare field. I understand that we are often overworked and underappreciated. So shout out to all my nurses. So I definitely wanted to start with this conversation today. New York nurses have had enough. They are pissed. They are striking. We are talking about New York Presbyterian. We are talking about Mount Sinai. We are talking about NYU. We are talking about so many nurses potentially striking. Some of them already have started striking. There are talks of California nurses striking. What is going on? Why aren't our nurses happy? Well, I was able to get the tea. We're going to get into it. We're going to see what the streets have to say about New York City nurses. Okay, so let's get into this first video where this nurse breaks down exactly what's going on. Okay, so we're going to hear it from the horse's mouth. So if you guys have not liked the video, let's make sure we do that. Don't forget to comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go live often, and we're going to talk about it. All right, so let's get...
Job as a nurse in New York City, I was making...
Ooh, hold on.
$1 an hour. By the time we left, I was...
All right, let's get back a little bit.
My first job as a nurse in New York City, I was making $37 an hour. By the time we left, I was making $50 an hour. And now the most nurses can possibly make is somewhere around $82 to $85 an hour at the top end of the seniority level. You know how much I make right now in California?
That is insane if you think about it. Okay, nurses in New York City, and I understand that there's a huge, like, depending on where you live, the cost of living is going to be like what you get paid. But in New York City, one of the biggest cities in the world, he is saying that there's basically a cap. Let's listen.
California, $116 an hour as a staff nurse in the East.
Hold on, because I think we missed something important. He talks about how much nurses are making in California. Okay, so he's comparing it to what nurses make in New York City. So let's just go back.
An hour. And now the most nurses can possibly make is somewhere around $82 to $85 an hour at the top end of the seniority level. You know how much I make right now in California? $116 an hour as a staff nurse in the ER. Monica, as a per diem nurse, makes $149 an hour. That is never going to happen in New York City or any other state if you have strike nurses that are constantly coming and filling these jobs just to make an extra $10,000 a week so that they can line their pockets while staff nurses continue to have to put up with these.
The man so eloquently broke it down, okay? So for someone like myself, like I said, I am not a nurse, but I am very familiar with the healthcare system, okay? So he is saying per diem nurse, which are nurses that are not full-time, also could be known as strike nurses, right? They are getting paid more an hour because if they need them in such circumstances, like if they're strikes, they're willing to pay them $10,000 a week to come in. That is not what they're even paying their staff. Do you see what the problem is here? So the people who are there every day, busting their ass, taking care of patients, seeing patients in and out of a busy emergency room, are not making as much as the per diem nurses that often come in times of need. So they are striking for fair wages, guys. So let's get back into it, okay? I just wanted to break that down really quickly.
New York City or any other state, if you have strike nurses that are constantly coming and filling these jobs just to make an extra $10,000 a week so that they can line their pockets while staff nurses continue to have to put up with these conditions. And I know I have friends who have broken the line, have been strike nurses, and it is not something that I would ever support myself. I've built a platform around helping nurses improve wages. This is why we strike. Because if we would not have striked in California, we would not have had the laws that we have today. We would not have the benefits that we have today. So if you're a nurse out there, please support the nurses in New York City, because this is something that we can all benefit from across the country. When one nurse strikes, we all need to strike. My first job.
Yes, 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 and yes. I love everything about what he says. Coming from a ED nurse himself, he done broke it down. Okay. So honestly, guys, I didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently it seems as if, I'm only speculating here, these nurses is not happy with strike nurses. Like, essentially, strike nurses are the ones that are like not standing in unity with these fellow nurses, because they're the ones that actually doing the job. So I know that's a lot of it's interesting, right? Because what happens if these strike nurses are nurses that really need the money, right? So I'm sure there's nurses out there who are strike nurses or per diem nurses. Please comment down about why you decided to be a per diem nurse or a traveling nurse or a strike nurse. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I've heard of traveling nurses, but I did not know about strike nurses per se. What they call them as strike nurses, the nurses who come when there's like mayhem, and they get paid $10,000 for a 5-day shift. Okay, $10,000. So this nurse over here is saying like, yo, we're supposed to stand together. And so it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting like view. So I would love to hear from a strike nurse, or if anybody is a traveling nurse, a strike nurse, or if you're the one that they call when strikes happen. I would love to hear your perspective of what you think on the strike, what you think about, standing together with them. Are you looked at funny? Like, I would love to know all of that. But okay, so drop me in the comments, or drop me a comment right now, letting me know what you think, because I think that's interesting. But we do have another video that I wanted to share really quickly about her. This woman, she is explaining exactly what's going on. So the premise of what he spoke about is the base, right? So he spoke about the reason why they're striking. So let's get into what's happening now as they are striking.
Clear some things up that's in the news about the NYSNA nurses that's just not valid. These hospitals are not negotiating the way the news is portraying. They're saying that Monty has not even come to the table. New York Press, the nurses are there. They are at the meeting waiting for hours for management. Management is really out of control in NYC. Let's take a look.
Management don't care. Okay, they don't care. They trying to save money. This is why things like this have to happen.
These nurses are there yesterday waiting for hours. Management rolls in, a little bit of carrot and gone quickly. This is like the best case scenario for the New York nurses. I don't know if New York administration has been watching the news or what's going on nationally, but 31,000 nurses over there in Cali about to go on strike.
All right, hold on. Let me bring it home. Let me explain it. So we are talking about currently New York City nurses have striked, or they are striking, okay? Not only are New York nurses striking, but we have now found out that California nurses, 31,000 nurses will be striking as well, okay?
31,000. Healthcare workers. Y'all are not going to have no nurses in New York. It's not enough strike nurses. California is the best place to work in the nation for nurses. We are talking ratios that are law, that are followed, and we are talking 80 degrees. It's 19 degrees in New York. The ratios are insane. If you think those strike nurses that y'all have now working in those hospitals ain't setting up the play to go to Cali, and the 10-day notice started yesterday. They going out on the 26th. If you think they not setting up the play to go, you guys are going to have to give the New York nurses what they want. Your strike nurses is going to be gone if Cali is a go. They already getting vetted to go over there and work cushy. So this is probably going to be the first time in history where y'all ain't, strike nurses are all going to shift over there. It's just what's going to happen.
Okay, so she breaks it down and she makes several good points. Okay, so there's potentially going to be 2 strikes going on simultaneously, one in California and one in New York. And what she's essentially saying is, where do you think people are going to travel to? Are they going to come over here where it's 19 degrees and brick, or are they going to go to California where it's sunshine and 80 degrees? So she is citing a very good issue. If management across New York City, the hospital administration, do not come up with some real results, we are going to have a nurse shortage. And right now, I just want to put something on blast. It is flu season, okay? So we need nurses. There's a spout of pneumonia going around. There's so many things happening right now. So we need to make sure we have our nurses. So shout out to all the nurses out there. I appreciate what you guys do. Wow, look, shout out to Afro Universe. I got my first super chat. Thank you so much, Afro Universe. We appreciate you supporting the channel. And like I said, any nurses out there, I just want to say one thing. We appreciate everything that you do. We need our nurses, so I hope they come to the table. This was a topic that I knew I had to discuss because they do a lot for our community, and it is a population that we rarely talk about. We don't talk about the angels who are doing things behind the doors that we don't see, right? There's going to be a time where we have to go into the hospital ourselves, and these nurses are the ones that see everything. They're the ones that help you through your most vulnerable moments. So shed some love to any nurse that you know. Let them know you appreciate them, and let's get into the rest of the bullshit, okay? I hope you guys are liking the show. I appreciate it. It's Mama's Cocktail Hour. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let's get into our next topic, okay?
50 seconds.
Not too quickly, though. All right. So what I wanted to talk about is 50 cents. And I think I often call him 50 cents with a plural. Let's just call him 50, okay? So 50, in my opinion, is bringing hip hop all the way back. 50 is now making hip hop relevant again, okay? So when I say relevant again, what do I mean? I mean, it has been a long time since people like Fab, Dave East, Jim Jones, and Mano have been talked about in the media so much, okay? So let's rap about it. Is now having a silent war with 50 along with Cameron, okay? And everybody has been here to see it. I know I have. I have been laughing at the memes. I have been laughing at all the subliminals that people are throwing out there. And I think it's pretty interesting to see rappers now sitting down and all having a podcast. Like, isn't that shit funny? Like, people don't went from rappers to podcasters. We now have people jumping into the YouTube world because rap ain't making money no more, okay? So now we have Fab, Dave East, Jim Jones, Mano making diss records against 50, in which 50 doesn't even give them the satisfaction. He didn't even take the time to address their whole rap song and video that they did. Okay. Now I'm not gonna hate on the rap song. I thought it was fly. I mean, Fab is on it. Come on now, right? So I thought it was sparking hip hop again, though. I like in a good way, but it was almost lame at the end because 50 was like, I ain't even gonna bother with y'all. I'm not even gonna respond. I'm gonna hit y'all with a meme or two. I'm gonna make a joke or two. Like, what y'all think? Do y'all think that 50 is finally like igniting hip hop again? Like, ever since Diddy done exposed all of the darkness that happened in the industry, all of the nastiness that happened in the industry, I felt like hip hop has had a couple of L's. But I can't lie. I think 50 and all of his shenanigans is starting to make hip hop just a little bit more interesting. Okay. So let's get into the bullshit. So shout out to the Smack House. He does a dope hip hop page, and we are going to get into what he has to say about the 50 Cameron Dave East. Let's just call it let's rap about it beef. Okay, so let's get into it, guys.
Troll Jim Jones, Dave East, Mano, and Fabulous.
Hold on one second. My bad.
Social media, one of his latest posts, which seemed to be somebody recording inside Jim Jones's warehouse, where it seems to be that they have no electricity. And I gotta keep it all the way funky, man. I don't know who's in there leaking footage, but there's definitely a Mo in Jimmy's camp.
Sorry, excuse me. Do we need an electrician or do we?
Okay, guys. So whoever got this footage, before we get into it, because I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know how he got the unmuted footage. Because when this footage aired, I don't think I could fully hear this part of it. Okay, so if you guys already seen this, like this is footage where you whoever got this footage ain't shit. Okay, in this footage, you can hear the guy talk about, are you gonna put it back on? Like you hear them calling Con Ed, okay? So whoever got this footage is no friend to Jim Jones, Fab, Mano. There is definitely a mole in your camp. Look at how close they are taking this video footage, and this is supposedly, let's rap about it, like behind the scenes. Like this is their studio, okay? All right, guys, hold on. Let me get it back.
Just call Con Ed and they come out and return what they want.
You heard that, right? Hold on. I'm going to go back just because I'm being petty and it's Friday night and I'm about the shit today, okay? So not shit, but about the shits. Like we going to get into it. Not that I'm literally shitting on myself. Just to make that clear, okay? It's Friday. We going to have fun. All right. So like he said, there is a mole in his camp. Let's get into it.
They're leaking footage, but there's definitely a Mo in Jimmy's camp.
Sorry, excuse me. Do we need an electrician or do we just call Con Ed and they come out and return what they want?
Now he went on to caption that post by saying, laughing out loud at Mr. Cameron. Turn the lights off. Them bum-ass ninjas in there with flashlights. Now, 50 Cent didn't end it there. He continued trolling with a following post that said this. They in there like, all we got is us. Laughing out loud. We all we got. Cameron and Tony Yayo are in the comment sections just laughing. And 50 Cent didn't stop there, man. He continues to troll them while he's filming himself with what it seems to be a set, and all the lights just go out.
And whenever you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Super Bowl 60? Are you ready for the excitement, the adrenaline? Branson Cognac. What the What happened with the lights, man?
And man, listen, Jim Jones seems to be embracing everything. And instead of him taking to social media and showing his tough side like he usually does, it seems like that's not something he wants to do with 50. And he just went on to post this. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, this is pure comedy. Now, Jim Jones went and captioned that by saying, laughing out loud, you don't want to miss this episode of Jones Improvement Show. The show must go on. Nothing gonna stop this arc. Laughing out loud. Cameron also went on to troll Jim Jones by wearing a Scully and a big ass jacket in his studio, claiming that he also gotta watch out because the Heat been playing games.
So we're not gonna play Cam shit because I'm not trying to get copyright. But you know, Cam trolls him just a little bit. He got on his jacket and his hat in his studio talking about, you know, it be cold. It's good in here, but it be cold. kind of clouding Jim Jones.
When you inside, pause.
Oh my God. All right. So you guys get the point. These guys are going back and forth, and I can't lie. It makes for great entertainment. The fact that nobody's going hard, nobody's getting emotional, even though Jim Jones, you was getting emotional with Cam, but the fact that Jim Jones is now embracing it. Jim Jones, I think you need the extra clout. So I think you should embrace it. Whoever got that video footage is not your friend. Okay. You need to reevaluate your friends. You need to make sure you keep your circle tight, because whoever gave Cam that, I don't know if they gave it to Cam or they gave it to 50, whoever got that video of you saying that the Con Ed needed to come and turn the lights back on is not your friend. Okay. But I can't even lie, guys. I am here for it. Like I said, I think 50 is doing a good job of reviving hip hop, making it interesting again, turning it into documentaries. Like we gotta give 50 his props. He is definitely out here making sure that hip hop still has a good name in some sense. All right, guys, now let's get into the last topic of tonight. Okay, and the last topic of tonight is a topic that I kept telling my husband, I do not understand why this topic has been so viral. Okay. If you guys don't know, Christy and Desmond Scott, they are two influencers. They're a couple. They have 2 children. And Christy Scott is known for doing all of her skits. She does pranks. She often dresses up in costumes and pranks her husband. It's super cute. It's family content. And it looks like over the weekend, they officially have announced that they're going to be divorcing. So Desmond Scott came out and he did, he wrote a letter about exactly what happened. And in his letter to the public, he stated that he made a mistake, that they were going to be separated. So it looks like he cheated on her. And so now they're going to be divorcing. So the internet streets came hard for Desmond Scott, calling him all types of cheaters. And then all the men were out in the streets saying, no, he was a good man. The men are taking Desmond Scott's side, saying he was a chef. He was doing his thing. He's going. There has just been so, and I really don't understand what's the hype, okay? I think what's interesting about this couple is that they have been together since they were like 14 years old. So they're in their mid-30s now. They've been together their entire relationship. They, like I said, they started out doing content about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it just blew up, okay? So it was said that Christy Scott may have made $25 million last year. She has been on fashion runways. Like I said, she has many endorsements. She's a beautiful girl. So she's out here getting to the bag. Okay. So let's get into what happened. So they both cited that they were going to be getting a divorce. Desmond Scott finally makes his address to the world, stating that he cheated in his very nice, eloquent way that he said it. And in a couple of days, Christy Scott goes off and she posts a picture where she's laying on her kitchen counter with a full dolled up outfit saying, I'm in the same address. Okay. Well, it looks like your boy Desmond Scott has responded back with a recent TMZ leaked video. Okay. So let's get into exactly what's happening with this influencer couple turned viral couple. Hold on.
Scott was spotted kissing in a Houston bar has been identified, and she ain't holding the candle to Christy. According to TMZ, she is a 24-year-old Houston model named Marissa Springer. She is currently in school getting her master's in business. TMZ is reporting that Desmond met this jump off the night that they were spotted kissing in Senate Bar in Houston, and I personally don't believe that kissing session was too hot and heavy for them to have met that night, in my opinion. She definitely has a certain look, if you guys know what I'm saying. TMZ is claiming that they met each other through a mutual pal, and once they met, sparks just flew, mixed with drinks flowing just equaled them kissing hot and heavy in the bar. To be honest, she is a beautiful girl. girl, but I just cannot believe he left his wife for this. I'm curious to know what you guys think regarding this, and if you guys believe the lie that they are telling.
Okay. So you guys see, let's just get back to really quickly the video, because the video is streaming all over TMZ where he's making out with this girl. Hold on.
A 24-year-old Houston model named Marissa Springer. She is currently in school getting her master's in business. TMZ is reporting that Desmond met this jump off the night that they were spotted kissing in Senate Bar in Houston, and I personally don't believe that kissing session was too hot and heavy for them to have met that night, in my opinion. Definitely.
Okay, I agree with you, kind sir. So he's basically saying that they're reporting that they only met that night, and he's saying that kiss was way too passionate for it to be something that they just met, unless they were both pissy drunk. I don't know. I mean, from the outside looking in, she's from Houston. They just moved to Houston. So I don't know. It could be a coincidence. It could not. I don't know. He basically said that he cheated on someone while they were together. So could this be the girl? I don't know. I'm just speculating. Does anybody know in the comments? Like, let me know if you've been reading up on this story, if you've been listening to the blogs. But he did say that he was with someone. So I'm wondering now if it was this Marissa Springer, because she's from Houston. They're from Houston. That new mansion that they bought is in Houston. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't know what the hype is, but I'm going to tell y'all my personal opinion. My personal opinion is this, and I feel like this about lots of relationships. Don't glorify people's relationships ever, because at the end of the day, you truly do not know what people are going through. Like, they can have this aura, this energy, like everything's okay, but that doesn't necessarily mean everything's okay. So I think when stuff like this happen, when people get divorced or people just separate, like, everybody is shocked because they potentially put out this picture perfect image that nothing is wrong. One thing that I can say is, like I said, don't glorify it, because you don't know what's happening behind the camera, right? And you don't know if both people are really into doing content. For me, from my perspective, when I look at her videos, I can see that she was the one that was like really into it. And I found a video that actually talks about how she gets her husband into doing content. Check out this video real quick. I think this is good insight.
Tonight, I'm taking my husband out on a date.
Oh, hold on. Let me remove that one.
I think I'm about that funky business, but I swear I am not this time. Or am I? I've been doing social media for almost 4 years at this point, and from the beginning, we have all pretty much tried to get Desmond to make an account, and the man just wouldn't. One day he came to me and he was like, babe, should I just do like cooking content? And I was like, duh. Sir, the people have been asking this of you. Wow, this is very shiny. I can't tell if I like this. I like it. I had to mix it with a little one size. Anyway, so the man makes an Instagram account and a TikTok. He was so like, oh, are people really gonna like it? Do they want that from me? Why is this man at 1 million followers right now? It's been 2 months. So I say all that to say, that's what we're celebrating tonight. I'm just so deeply proud of him. And I also don't remember the last time I took him on a date. Taking a chef out to eat dinner is a pretty intense thing to do. But I'm taking him to one of his favorite restaurants, so I think we'll be fine. That's why I don't cook for Desmond, because I ain't trying to get my stuff critiqued. Before I do my hair and show my outfit, I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for your support, just on both of our accounts. But I'm just so incredibly proud of him. I'm so happy that he gets to share his passion with you guys. And I'm gonna show you all the dinner. Let's see if he's impressed. I'm not.
All right. I thought that was a cute video. It showed her in a different light, for me, at least. I think it showed her the most serious that I've ever seen her. A lot of her content is just her acting a fool, her dressing up in crazy outfits. Like, she'll wear long dresses to go to like the grocery store. Like, she'll just do the most obnoxious, out of this world thing that you wouldn't see. And it just makes for great content. But this was a good video because it showed how vested they were in their business relationship. It looks like she was helping him try to find his niche. I'm sure he helped her find her niche. And it's sad. It's sad that, you know, they have 2 beautiful children. I hope that they're able to co-parent. I hope that they're able to get through all of this media bullshit, because now everybody's investigating the girl, trying to bring everything to light. People investigating old videos, such as myself. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like, why is this story so viral? Why is it that when people break up, the media is like hurt? Like, I want to know. I want to hear from you guys. Again, shout out to Afro Universe for giving me a super chat. I appreciate you, Afro Universe. If you guys want to support the channel, please do so with a super chat. If not, here is my Cash App, Mama's Cocktail Hour. I would appreciate it. It helps support the channel. If you can't support monetarily, if you want to support just by liking the video, sharing the video, and subscribing to the channel, that's dope too. You guys can catch me here where we talk all real shit all day, all the time. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Drink, fuck it up, talk it up. Drink in my cup, pour it up. You heard it first. Let's quench your thirst. Ooh, mama, it's cocktail hour, so rock 'em up. Ooh, mama, it's cocktail hour, so pour it up. Pour it up.